Ladies and gentlemen, we are with you live from the beautiful city of Sharm el-Sheikh to bring you more about the Afro-Asian Festival for Art and Cinema, a very important event taking place here in the beautiful city of Sharm el-Sheikh, attracting even more tourists. Now, Sharm el-Sheikh is hosting a new tourism that is conference and festivals tourism, of course, in addition to its beautiful beaches and the weather and those who are interested in diving. With me now is Professor Dr. Hilmi El Hadidi, the president of the Afro-Asian People's Solidarity Organization and former Minister of Health, to tell us more about the festival. Sir, why did you choose Sharm el-Sheikh in particular to hold the festival?
Before I answer this question, I have a little bit of talk to tell you.
Okay.
We thought that after liberation of all the countries that I mentioned, to change our means and ways to deepen, strengthen, and verify cooperation and solidarity between Africa and Asian people. So we chose culture, art, and sports. We think that it is a stronger instrument for better understanding between the peoples of the two countries. Why we chose Sharm el-Sheikh? As I said, because it is on the edge of Asia, Asian borders of Egypt, in Sinai, to tell the whole world how peaceful we are, how strong we are, how capable we are in facing terrorism. This is the message, and this is our
goal. Okay, so Sharm el-Sheikh was chosen as a venue for holding the festival in order to send a whole message that this is the city of peace, and Egypt is beautiful, Sharm el-Sheikh is beautiful, you can come anytime. Now, let's go to the objectives of the organization, which is bringing people together and solidarity. Perhaps this also comes together hand in hand with the objective that you just mentioned.
That's true. That's true. First of all, our objective, as I said, is to increase, strengthen, deepen our relations with African and Asian countries.
Yes.
This is our mission, and this is our work. And we chose culture, art, and sports as our means to do that in the present time. This festival is the first of its kind in Egypt that deals with African, Asian art, culture, and tourism. And we hope that this will be held regularly in the future to maintain, to strengthen, to widen, and to deepen all the relations with African and Asian countries.
Okay.
In our attempt to do that, we would like to make sure that people understand that we are not a local festival. We are a worldwide festival that deals with African and Asian film, art, and people.
Okay.
So they shouldn't be astonished if they find very little about Egypt here in this festival. It is mostly African and Asian. That's
Tell us
number
more,
one.
sir, about the participating countries. Now, around 59 countries.
I think around 40. 40 countries are approximately are participating. About 100 film is participating, and about 40 popular art are present here too.
Some sort of folkloric dancing.
Folklore dance and I mean particular dances for each country and that sort of thing.
Okay.
They will be performing even in the streets of Sharm el-Sheikh.
That's really nice.
Yes.
And the festival is going to kickstart tonight, inshallah, 8 p.m. Cairo local time, and we'll be here to give the audience all the updates that they need to know. We're going to attend, and we're here especially to tell everyone not only about Sharm el-Sheikh but also about the festival, a very important one.
Well, I think you are doing a very good job, and thank you very much for that. And I hope that our mission would be fulfilled. Success in our mission means better understanding of African and Asian countries.
Okay. Doctor, there are some new ideas when it comes to the festival. You mentioned troops performing in the streets, for example, folkloric arts, and also Indonesia is the guest of honor, and they are going to be performing some martial arts and giving the audience here a little bit or a glimpse of the Indonesian culture. So tell us more.
Indonesia has been chosen as the guest of honor for reasons, not haphazardly.
Yes, of course.
First of all, it is an Asian country, a very promising country, a big country. Second, it hosted Bandung in 1955. Bandung is the main conference that because of it, we had non-aligned group of countries, and we are having our organization, APSO, or African Asian People Solidarity Organization. We are the daughters of Bandung. Bandung is an Indonesian village, and that's why we chose Indonesia to be the guest of honor for an African Asian festival.
Yes, but perhaps other reasons, Dr. Helmi, is that Egypt and Indonesia share a lot in common. Both have deep cultures and both are touristic destinations. We have so much in common.
No, I mean, there are many reasons for choosing Indonesia.
Yes.
But these are, the principal reasons I mentioned. And Indonesia, we are celebrating their national feast or national day these days. And I think our relations, Egypt and Indonesia, our many points of cooperation and agreement, I think are other reasons as well for choosing Indonesia.
Okay. What are other new ideas that you put into these festivals? You mentioned dancing in the streets. You said troops performing.
First of all,
and also there are films that will be showing or playing in movie theaters.
Long films, short films, and
yes, thank you.
there would be a sort of prizes given to the films that have been chosen as the best films. And there are also these folkloric dances and people working in the street and in certain squares in Sharm el-Sheikh. And there are also some meetings, cultural meetings will be held. We are going to celebrate Mahfouz Abdul Rahman that we lost as a very important writer, cinema, and I mean, we are doing a lot of other things other than films and folkloric dances and cultural meetings, and we are helping tourism in Sharm el-Sheikh, and we are sending a message to the whole world that in Sinai, on the verge of Asia and our borders, that we are a country of peace, that we are safe, we are capable, and that we are doing our best job to fight terrorism by all means.
Okay, so this is a festival with multi nations participating, multi tasks and objectives, and also multi activities taking place all at the same time. Perhaps that's what's making it a very interesting festival, being held for the first time. And I would like to know more from you, Doctor, about the participating countries. Now, since you chose Indonesia as the guest of honor, you also chose other countries to participate.
I hope to mention not all the countries because I cannot, there are too many, but the main country is China. For example, a friend, a very good friend of Egypt and a very good friend of our organization too. And I wish to thank the ambassador of China in Egypt for his help and aid to our festival. Then Russia and Japan, India, all the Arab countries, North African countries, Jordan, Lebanon. All these countries are participating. And I think this is a great event that is happening at this time, not precedented, nor in number, nor in aims, nor in activities.
Okay. Sir, now also what's very unique about the festival is that it is bringing together African countries as well. And under the leadership of President Abdel Fattah Sisi, Egypt has been commencing on a new era of Egyptian-African relations and focusing more on intercultural activities with African relations. And this festival is one of the manifestations of such deep Egyptian-African relations. How do you see that?
First of all, let us pay tribute to a man who opened and paved the way in this time for Africa. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. He traveled to Africa 5 times till now, and that was a great event that kept us working on helping him and Egypt in going back to Africa. That's number one. Number two, Asia is a very important continent. Countries are very prosperous, very good, are actually improving their economy and every social status of their people, and we hope to make good relations with them. I mentioned China, I mentioned Korea, I mentioned India, I mentioned all the other countries in Asia and in Africa. I think if we succeed in sending this message, in doing this very important act, I think we are doing a great job for Egypt and for our people.
Dr. Hilmi, what are the benefits of cultural cooperation with African and Asian countries, in your opinion?
Benefits?
Yes.
The benefits are many. If you understand people, you can deal with them. Art is the most important element in understanding people and making them your friends. Culture. If you know the culture of any country, of any people, it's much easier to make deals with them, to understand them, to talk to them. We like to put this in the minds of all the rulers of any country, that culture is the best means to make friends with all the people. Art comes under culture, and sports comes too, and I think all this helps tourism. I think this also helps economy, helps politics, helps in every way any decision maker.
That's That's totally true. Professor Dr. Hilmi Al-Hadidi, President of the Afro-Asian People Solidarity Organization and former Minister of Health. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being with us in Nile Cruise today, and wishing you best of luck in this edition of the festival, and of course in the upcoming editions of the festival. Perhaps this would mark the beginning of annual festivals of that kind that bring African, Asian countries together, sending a very powerful message to the whole world. So I wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back after a song by Nisma Mahgoub. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back to resume this edition of Nile Cruise.